Hey loves, it's Marie Rigel, and you're tuned into The Mo Show, our aspiring to inspire your mind, body, and soul. And we have a special guest back in the building.
It's me, Elaine.
Yes, so today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're talking about girlfriends doing wifely duties. So that's something that I came across on Facebook, like, don't be a wife to a boyfriend. And I was like, wow, like, people are really out here doing that, though. And then, because I think, like, the marriage rate for, like, millennials is going down for sure. Like, we're just, because people are just, like, cohabitating and not being married. So the idea of what are the wifely duties for a boyfriend is kind of becoming normal because, like, you're living with them, that's your boyfriend, but you're not really planning on getting married. Like, marriage is not really your goal.
Right. And even, like, with that, like, you see with millennials and then, like, our generation too, like, somebody will ask you, when are you gonna have kids before they ask, when are you gonna get married?
Yes.
Like, it's almost an expectation now that you're gonna have kids before you get married. Like, it's just gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I thought this was an interesting topic I wanted to talk about and get in on the conversation about, because I don't know about you, but I've definitely been a wife to a boyfriend. So
I'm going to be retwisting my hair as we do this too. But that's definitely true, though, because I think that it's so backwards how people are like, when are you going to have a baby? Whereas that is way more permanent than a marriage. I mean, yes, a marriage is supposed to be permanent, blah, blah, whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't just leave your baby. You can leave that man.
Yeah, so people are like, it's almost backwards when people say, when are you going to have kids? And they don't even ask about, well, like, you got to have a man to even have kids in the first place.
Yeah, like, what? How do you think this happened? I mean, I guess we have a lot of new age technology and stuff, but, man, like, that's crazy. So,
yeah.
But I guess we can start off talking about, like, what we would think, like, what are wifely duties, quote unquote. Like, what is something you consider that a wife does for her husband?
A wife submits.
That's true. So you don't think you need to submit?
As a girlfriend? Well, what does that even look like? Well, first, let's talk about submission. Because what even is that? I just know a wife's supposed to submit to their husband, but what even is that? So, maybe you know.
I think it's just, if you can submit to someone who has leadership, like someone who is, leading you, doing the right things. Somebody who can be financially stable, so you're like, I can submit to that. I can let him run the finances of the house. I can submit to him making decisions about certain things in the house, and submit to just his, like, I think submit just means respect, because respect your wife as well.
Acceptance, baby. It sounds like acceptance of what they're doing. Like, you just accept it. Like, not necessarily that you like you're taking
it. Agree with it.
You agree with it, but you just accept it. Like, is that what being submissive?
I guess some parts of it.
Well,
could be that, but that's submission is a wifely thing, I feel like, and the thing that when you're dating, it's not necessarily that you need to be doing that, because what are the intentions of dating? So you got, here's the steps. This is the steps that we think. So we think, like, you got talking, you got dating, which is dating is like more, talking is literally talking, texting to me. You got dating, which is a little bit more serious, but you can still be dating multiple people. That's how life works. Mm-hmm. You got dating exclusively, which is dating one person, but not in a relationship yet. You're just still, like, working it out to get there. So we think that's like courting, right? Courting and dating exclusively? Or did you think that was different?
Me personally, I think that dating exclusively and courting is different, for the simple fact that I think that courting is when you have the intentions of marrying someone. And I think that when you date, just because you're dating someone exclusively doesn't mean that you are dating them to marry them. And however, it takes a lot, like, to understand that, because even though I understand that is not what I want for myself or what I believe. I believe when someone dates me exclusively, I simultaneously that the word?
Simultaneously.
I want them to be courting me. But
Okay,
that's not
yes.
but that's not always the case. Some people believe that they can date one person at a time. They don't have to date a whole bunch. They don't have to play the field. Mm-hmm. They can date one person at a time, but still be figuring out what they want out of.
They may want to be with them for a like they just may not want to marry them. Yeah, so that might be another thing. They may not want to be.
So and it takes like a lot to understand that. So I do believe that dating someone exclusively is different than courting. I think courting is the next level up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, I think it could be definitely. So then you have that. Then you have in a relationship, and then engaged. And married. If that's your goal. I mean, that's not everyone's goal. That's my goal. Is that your goal?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, for me personally, it's dating exclusively and being in a relationship is the same as courting because I want you to be dating me to marry me. I don't see the purpose.
You want it to be the same.
Yeah, so I want it to be the same. So yes, the goal for me is marriage, and that really, when I get into any serious relationship, I want the goal to be marriage. Like I'm not one of those types that just like need to date to
what?
Just date. Yeah. Like it just.
I mean, if that's your end, if you want to be married, I can see now at this age where we would be dating for marriage. Whereas if we were, like I was telling you, if we were in high school and 15 years old, you're not dating for marriage. You're just dating.
You're just dating to pass time, I guess, like to make you feel but
like whatever the case may be.
Well, let's get into. I don't know. Going back to like what are wifely duties versus girlfriend duties. So, well, I said submission. What do you think?
I think it boils down to expectation too. Like we talked about, if you're expecting me to do certain things, like I don't mind cooking. I really don't like cleaning, but whatever, that's another thing. Some girlfriend thing, like I don't mind cooking, but it's all about the expectation. Like if you expect me to cook for you all the time, and you seen them post, they be like, and don't think that making Alfredo is a meal. Why ain't making Alfredo a meal? First of all, we just made Alfredo, and it's definitely a meal. But, you know, like, the things of, like, you know, those kind of expectations. Like, well, if you expect me to be cooking, like, can you change my oil? Like, come on. If you want to do, like, gender roles, you gonna have to, like, really be about that life. And know how to do some, quote-unquote, guy stuff. Like, you gonna need to take out the trash. Whatever the case may be. But I just feel like I don't mind doing certain things. I don't mind cooking. I actually like to cook. But don't expect me to do that, you know, in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. And I think that kind of goes with, like, the living with people thing. Like, I don't know. I don't want to live with a boyfriend because then you get comfortable in the fact of, like, these are the duties of the household now, you know? That's where you kind of get really into those gender roles or expectations of each other, I feel like.
For me, this is, like, it's an interesting topic because I just literally saw on Facebook it said, like, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? Yeah, so it's like if you're doing all the things in a relationship when somebody is just a boyfriend or girlfriend, what do you have to look forward to in a marriage? It's literally just that agreement, like you're signing the papers and then the ceremony, like everything. So if you're living with the person, you guys are having sex, if y'all already have kids,
don't say if you have kids.
If you have kids, paying bills,
bank accounts together,
doing
whatever
everything, and then they decide to say, I want to get married to you. It's like, oh my gosh, like yeah, like we're gonna be married, but really, what's the difference? The ring, because
you should have already been committed at that point if you living together in a relationship.
So now I just have the question of what should a relationship and girlfriend boyfriend even look like, so that we can look forward to those things when we aren't married. Like obviously, you don't have sex because that's something you're supposed to enjoy as when you're married, but obviously
everybody doesn't do that.
Everybody
doesn't believe that either.
Right.
But
so it's like outside of
like what would
sex,
you be looking forward to?
Yeah.
What is there to look forward to? I would say that's why I would say I don't want to live with anybody unless I'm like getting engaged or married. Because first of all, if we break up, I'm not moving nowhere. But if you in a marriage, like if you get mad at somebody, you know, you're not gonna be able to leave as easily if you're going in a marriage. Like, you go sit in the other room and figure it out. In a relationship, you know, we in this cutoff generation where it's like, okay, well, I'm done. And then you got people who have to, like, y'all moved in together, y'all leasing up, so now y'all living together as a roommate. Because y'all
roommates, literally. Then you gotta try to talk to somebody else, and it just get messy. It gets messy
real quick.
Maybe that's a thing. That's the thing, living with somebody for sure. But even like dates and stuff, like, does that change when you're married? Like,
you probably have less of them. But I mean, just because it gets so, like, I think it's like new and fresh when you're dating. Did you see that Instagram live with Boris Kojo and Nicole Artberger? So she was basically just saying, like, they've been married for years. You know who they are? You know Boris Kojo, bald, light-skinned man. Look him up, Lord Jesus. What movie was he just in? Oh, Monica's date at in Love and Basketball, the one at the high school dance. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so she was just talking about how, like, she wants a boyfriend, not an extra boyfriend. She just likes it how when they were dating, you know, because it's new and it's fresh, and you do all those things to kind of keep somebody. Whereas in a marriage, like, it's monotonous. It can be. You can get into a routine of certain things. Like, you come home and you expect me to be cooking, you know? Like, in a relationship, you can't expect certain things from a person if you're not willing to make that commitment to a person. And I think that's the why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free. Like, if I can get all this stuff now, what's the point? What's the incentive for me even wanting to marry you, you know?
Yeah, do you want to get married?
Yes.
Like, you look for it? Me too. I definitely look forward towards marriage. And I think literally, like, where I went wrong in younger years of dating and even, like, now, is just being a wife to a girl. Being a wife to a boyfriend. So I think
and naturally,
like,
you just fall into those things because
especially like you're caring and you're giving.
Women are naturally caregivers, and we are especially too. You know, like, we know how to cook, we know how to clean, we know how to do stuff for ourselves. So it's like,
and giving. I'm a very giving person, so I like to give, like, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like, I think from, like, this moment on, I think I don't know, me personally, I'm going to focus more so on just, like, dating people. Like, just getting to know people, hanging out, rather than, like,
dating for marriage.
Yeah, like courting or committing.
And that's something that you should go in with the intentions of from the beginning. Like, you know what you want. If you want to be dating for marriage, or if you want it to be casual and just, like, get to know people. Yeah. And both of them are perfectly fine. You just have to be honest with the other person and be on the same page with them about what you want. Because I think that people just kind of expect certain things.
Yeah, that's true. And I also think that not enough people, everybody has conversations about relationships. People can talk about relationships all day long, but not enough people have talks about what really a relationship is and what a relationship looks like to them, and what
what do you need in a
so especially like when you meet someone new, they already have all their preconceived notions, all their whatever, all their expectations, and then you have all of yours. But then, like, y'all come together maybe knowing the common thing that y'all want.
It could be different. It's every relationship. Like, even though we're talking about, like, wifely duties, that's personal. Like, that's an opinion for us. It could be literally something completely different
for somebody else, right? And say, like, you meet somebody and they say they want a relationship with you. That I'm gonna take that as you want to court me and you want to eventually marry me. Yes. But they might take that as
I just want to date you.
I just want to date you, just you. I like you,
and that's it.
And I want you. And I'm just kidding. That's from the Boondocks. But literally, like, and it's so crazy. Like, no, because I also feel like, especially like us, like young adults. Like, I'm 23. We just don't have those conversations. Like, when we like somebody, we just
you just go for it.
You just go for it. You just start talking to them, and then and then it comes to that awkward, what are we? And then that just be so, oh my gosh, like, and then you just fall into what they think a relationship is or what you think a relationship is, and then that just be causing so much confusion, and people get hurt, and it just be a mess.
Let me say, for myself personally, okay, so personally, at the stage that I'm in, like, I'm ready to prepare to get married. if you know what that means, if that makes sense. So like I'm having these types of conversations. I'm not just leaving it up to like chance or to just like leaving it open ended. Like I'm asking the direct questions that I need my answers to, and because I'm at a point in life where I'm like, if this is not what you want and if this is not, going to work out, then I'm not just here for the ride and like, oh well, maybe down the line. Like no, why waste each other's time when I know exactly what I want in this moment? So if it doesn't align with what I want, then it's no need to waste time. I think when I was younger, I would more so just like, let me just play it cool and just see where it goes, because I'm like, I want to date that person. So I don't know, and if they aren't on the same page as me, then maybe we have to break up. But at this point, I'm like, I'm not wasting time. So if they're not on the same page as me, I'm ready to call it quits and be gone. Like, because I know what I'm looking for in this point.
Honestly, though, me too. Like, I mean, we're just like 2 years apart and we are in different stages in our life. But me too. Like, I'm really not interested in wasting my time and investing energy and effort and emotions and all of that if it's not going to go anywhere. I think I've had enough of that. I've had enough of dating around. I've had enough of just putting energy into things that don't go anywhere. So really, that's not to say like I'm not open for having fun. I mean, not having fun, but like talking casual to people dating, and casual dating. And that's perfectly fine. I am not honestly open to committing myself to someone who does not see us being married in the near future. By near future, like the next 10 years. So
the next 10 years? What kind of near future is that?
That is
10 years is a long time.
I mean, okay, but in hindsight, that's really not that much long of a time. Like, I'm saying, like, at the cap 10 years. Like, within that...
I want to put this out there. I will not be dating anyone for 10 years. No,
I'm not saying I would date someone for 10 years. I'm saying, like, if you find
somebody... Okay, yes.
Like, if you're not looking to get married soon, basically, or if that's not even, like, on your mind, like, and you're not even in the space on your mind, that I really don't honestly want to commit to you, because I don't want to waste my time. That's what I meant by that. 10 years is a long time.
A very long time. But I was like, okay, I mean, I guess if you don't want to get married for 10 more years, but I'm like, that's not the near future. Well, like, yes, 10 years is fine if that's when you're ready, but then
I don't really have a timeline. Just kind of whenever things happen for me is when it happens. I feel like, I don't know, but that's just something I'm just like praying about. It's like to have discernment over situations in life in general, but I don't really have like a timeline, like, oh, I need to have kids by the time I'm 27 and married by 25. Like, no, whenever it happens for me. But
I mean, at some point you're gonna have to put a timeline for kids, because it ain't gonna...
Yeah.
But I mean, you have plenty. You have 10 years. I'll give you even more than 10 years if you really wanted to start later. But
33.
My mom had me when she was 32.
And she already had one kid that's 3 years older than you.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I think it is all definitely subjective, but all I know is that the phrase of why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free. Like, you gotta, but if that's what you want, if you don't want marriage, I completely understand that. It just has to be like a mutual understanding, because if one person wants marriage and the other person's cool with just how it is, that person's gonna be like, oh, let me just do the best I can, let me cook him meals, do all this and that. You can be the best person in the world, and if he's not ready to marry you, he's not ready to marry you, and he's just not going to.
Same thing with the relationship, though, like courting, like even getting before the marriage. Like, if he's not ready to commit to you or date you exclusively, you can do all the things in the world. It's still not going to be enough until he's ready to. Mm-hmm. But vice versa, because I feel like we're doing a lot of he. That's because we're women, but vice versa too, because there are men in our positions too who want what we want right now. So
yeah, very true.
I want to make that very clear. We're not being
biased interests.
Yeah,
we understand
sexist.
We understand that men and women, feel the same way about certain things, and women can have a lot of for lack of better words, quote unquote, masculine tendencies that typically guys would have about marriage. And there are a lot of women I know who do not want to be married. It's just not in their cards for them right now. But you never know But you never know what someone wants. But when the right person is for you, you'll know they're for you. Like if you've been praying and you have discernment, like you said, God will show you the person who you're supposed to be with. And you'll know. Like it won't be a gray area like, well, what are we? Like, or like, is he ever going to marry me? You know, like you know what you're willing to tolerate and put up with. We just wanted to share that little tidbit about our own opinions about this wifely duties and dating and how that all corresponds with each other, because it's people out here in quarantine with people they don't even like.
Facts.
They out here having to live with them because that's the only place they have to live. And
right now, and then straight not happy.
You're not happy. We don't want you to get to a marriage and be like that and be like not happy. So
wow.
Think about that, evaluate that before you get married or before you even start talking, dating, whatever, moving it. If you don't like a person, for the sake of yourself, you've got to, your mental health, your peace.
Your peace.
Protect your peace.
If it costs you your peace,
it's too much.
It's too expensive.
It costs too much. But yes, so let us know what you guys would like us to talk about next. We have nothing but time here. Baby boy, baby girl, we're all in the house. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you're notified every single time I post a video. And we'll be back with another one. Bye.